Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
And we welcome you to the final game of the 2022 NOJHL Showcase. It's the Battle of the Rivers between Blind River and French River. The Blind River Beavers will be the home team in this game. French River coming off a big win yesterday against Espanola to call the game. Here's Courtney Kenny.
Thank you very much, Matt, as we're quickly down 1-0 as the Blind River Beavers go and score a quick goal here within the first 32 seconds of the game. And that's Jesse Dupuis leading the charge back to his bench. So quickly, 2 shots on goal, and quickly it's 1-0 Blind River in the Battle of the Rivers, as you said.
So we had our players to watch. We'll get to them quickly. I'm going to pick for the French River Rapids, Joshua McKay. Left shot forward, 6'1", 171 pound, out of Sudbury, Ontario. So one of a few local boys on this French River team. Thought he had a good game against Espanola last night. Didn't have any points, but he worked the puck well and made things happen for his team. On the Blind River Beaver side, I'm going with Caleb Mins, 5'10", right shot forward out of Baxter, Ontario. He leads the team with 13 points, 2 goals, and 11 assists. And those 11 assists are one of the top marks in the league in that category.
Thank you, Matt. We'll definitely keep an eye on them as we go on further with this game. Just under a minute played here. So again, 1-0 Blind River if you're just joining us. Blind River out to a fast start. That's the first goal in this showcase that French River has allowed. And that's goalie Ben Gustafson who's got the start for French River. Yesterday, it was Brady Dwyer who shut out the Espanola Paper Kings and had himself a heck of a game. Boucher now behind his net. Comes up. Tries to get a handle on it, but Brady is able to get it out. And it's going to be Rocha who gets the puck in back again for the Blind River Beavers. Boucher skates the puck up ice. He tries to go cross ice to no avail, and that's Attard now, who was able to pick that up and send it to Brady, who dumps it in. Gustafson out to play it. No relation to the monster Jonas Gustafson.
That you're aware of.
Different spelling, but I'm assuming so, yes. If he is, I'd be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Terrible Leafs netminder. I'm here for it. As the Blind River Beavers quickly have another 2-on-1, and they take this shot. And Gustafson may have got a piece of that, but it's high and over the glass and into the netting. So another stoppage of play, just under 2 minutes played in the game, and the shots are 3-0 in favor of Blind River as well. And one other thing, and I must say, the Blind River Beavers have a bit of a special place in my heart because this is the first team I ever tried to call play-by-play for a couple of years ago in Powassan. I was pressed into duty by Mr. Chris Dawson. It was against the Blind River Beavers. No idea what I was doing. I still try to this day. Who knows what happens, but just a little bit of useless information of the day.
Oh, Ben, there you go.
Sir coming in, and it's too far for him to get a good attempt on. Sorry, Matt, not to cut you off.
I was just going to give the goalie stats. We can do that on the next whistle.
All right, sounds good. Comes across, and French River just dumps it back down. That's Callow with the puck. He stops up and gets it up to his teammate. And Blind River tries to get it back in as Cook takes a bit of a hit, or more, I should say, and the puck goes down the ice. And that's Charlie Burns, the netminder for Blind River, in net as well. Now we got an icing call, and so we'll get those goalie stats from Matt now that he has it.
Well, Gustafson is getting the start in net tonight for the French River Rapids. He comes in having played 4 games. He's 0-3 in those games, but really good numbers. 9.74 goals against average and a .935 save percentage. He's made 116 saves on 124 shots, allowing just 8 goals in 175 minutes in his first season here in the NOJHL. Talk about Charlie Burns on the next whistle.
Well, there's
Which
the next
is there.
whistle.
So Charlie Burns comes in. He is 3-1 on the season with 1 shutout under his belt. Also in his rookie season from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. He was on the bench for a couple of games for the Sioux Thunderbirds last season, but never got into a game. So this season, 3-1. He's got a very good 2.08 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. He's made 101 saves on 110 shots, allowing 9 goals in 260 minutes of game time. Also, again, in his rookie season here.
Well, he's faced 1 shot in this game, whereas Gustafson's faced 3. And after the quick start, there's kind of been a bit of stalemate so far between the Blind River and French River. Big hit along the boards now on Owen Etier, knocking over his man. No penalty coming on that one. And Thompson now tries to get a pass to the middle, but he can't quite complete that.
Charlie Burns actually got the start in yesterday's game against Kirkland Lake in that 8-0 game in the first game of the showcase here.
Well, there would be... Wow, what a weird bounce that one took as it was deflected by Dupuis, the goal scorer, and Gustafson got a glove on it. And when you see the puck go towards him, because it's all black pads and blockers, you can't see where it actually goes. But that would be Burns' lone shutout on the season that you were talking about, Matt, would be yesterday.
Whereas Gustafson lost his last game. That was on September 24th against Espanola, allowing 4 goals in that loss.
The 2 teams played each other yesterday, Espanola and French River, with French River coming away with a 4-0 victory. Arnold chasing after it. It was Dubuc who was chasing after him. Boucher sends it in. And there's a shot on net, but it's blocked. Another shot, but that gets through to Burns, and he turns that one aside. Secondary chance now. And that was Drio, who couldn't get it quite to the net as there was a bit of traffic in front. Naughton gets across ice to Fracco. Fracco tries to get the shot on net. Gustafson, that was a quick whistle as Gustafson never had possession of it, but again with those black pads it's hard to see the puck, and he kind of made the move like he had it in his glove, but it bounced out and came out to the crease to the Blind River Beavers. They were right on the doorstep, and the referee blew the play dead.
Well, it's an interesting matchup in this game. You have French River coming in, who have won their last 2 games. Those are their only 2 wins on the season, but you got to start somewhere. Whereas Blind River comes in at almost a spotless 8-1-0 record on the season, and they're currently on a 6-game winning streak.
Backs coming in offside. Yeah, I believe Blind River as well is one of the few NOJHL teams in the CJHL's top 20 as well.
They certainly they were mentioned in the top 20.
They definitely earned it with a record like that. As we get the draws, Sir brings the puck in. And quickly it's back out. Pelegi sends it quickly back in, and Burns had to turn that one aside. Again, we talk about equipment. Both goaltenders, I like their equipment in this game.
These jerseys are snazzy on both sides of the ice.
Yeah.
I like the look.
Blind River, I like the off-white. The cream almost. It looks great. Same with French Rivers. I'm not really a white jersey guy, but I love it. Shot comes in. It was blocked up front. Now turning around quickly is Campanella. Campanella through the neutral zone. He just flips it up and over, and it's into the netting. So we get a stoppage and play. 14:32 left in the first. Shots are 7-3 in favor of Blind River. But yeah, both goaltenders' equipments as well. Like I said, I like the black. The black really works, and I was like Corey Crawford when he played for the Blackhawks with the black pads, and you make you wonder, why don't goaltenders go for more black? Looks snazzy. Burns out to play the puck. Leaves it for his defenseman. Goes across to Moore, who loses the handle on it, and quickly French River tried to get another chance on it. And it was blocked in front. Now battling in the corner. Just pushing away at that puck. Blind River can't seem to get any of the pressure out, as that's going to be a hand pass for French River. And that faceoff will come outside of the zone. 14:03 left in the first.
As I said, French River comes in 2-6-0 on the season, 4 points on the year, but they've picked up those 4 points in their last 2 contests. They sit in 5th in the East coming into tonight's game, while Blind River are 8-1 on the season, leading the West Division, 16 points on the year, and as I said, 6-0 in their last 6 played.
Blind River had a really good social media campaign too when they just we'll get to that in a moment as Zimmer brings it in. Zimmer with the pass across, and they had the wide open net, and it must have hit a stick in front and gone over as Dupuis was looking to get his second of the game, and it just went out of play.
Zimmer was wide open, and so was the net, and he just couldn't bury it.
No.
And that is a golden opportunity for French River to not be down 2-0 right now.
Take the bounces where you can, and we'll have to see if they can as Arnold takes a shot in and Gustafson deflects that one out of play. Another quick stoppage of play.
Blind River, a high-scoring team. Not the most goals overall in the league. They come in with the 3rd most, but they're very good on the defensive side of the puck too. A league best 24 in the goal differential category, while French River are minus 13 in that category. 20 goals scored, 33 against for French River.
Another quick stoppage of play as the puck comes in.
In fact, French River have the 3rd least amount of goals scored. Check that, 2nd least amount of goals scored, only topping the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, who have only managed to find the back of the net 17 times so far this season.
Wow, what a difference as Gustafson knocks that one away, and French River is able to bat that one down the length of the ice, and Peg has to chase after it. Peg having some trouble as he almost got picked off by Thompson, but instead now Blind River is back on the attack as a quick wraparound attempt is blocked by Gustafson. French River now trying to get the puck out of their zone, but they can't. Blind River doing a good job of keeping the pressure on and in the zone. Zimmer tries to come out with it to give it to Arnold. Zimmer now back to the point. He picks it up in the neutral zone and just sends it down, but it hits Laurent's body and goes right back into the Blind River zone. And now a bit of a stretch pass here coming in. Blind River, what a save by Gustafson. And that was Caleb Mins going in all alone, taking the shot. Arnold can't get the shot away. Peg tried to keep the blue line, but instead it's knocked down the ice as Naughton tried to get a hold of that one too. And DeBuck has to chase after him. Drigo chases after it. Now the puck almost came to him and found him in the slot. The Blind River quickly recovers. Rocha gets the puck up. And Fracco has to chase after it, but Boucher will be the first one back. But quickly, there'll be 2 Blind River players on him, but that will be an icing call here.
Blind River have had a blistering start to the season. Check out this stat. They lost 6-2 to the Paper Kings on September 16th. Outside of that, they haven't allowed the opponent to score more than twice. That is a span of 6 games. So on this 6-game winning streak, they've given up 2 goals to the Gold Miners, 2 goals to the Red Wings, 2 goals to the Paper Kings, but all of those have resulted in wins for Blind River.
Wow. Definitely a big start for them, and they currently... Go ahead, sorry.
8 of the 9 games they've played this season, they've only allowed the opponent to score 2 goals or less.
Wow.
So French River have their work cut out for them here.
They do. And again, they played a great game yesterday. They're getting heavily outshot in this one, 11-3 right now in the early going as the puck's up and onto the back of the net. But they're able to get it off, so no stoppage in play. Fricko gets the puck out front to Naughton and just bounces over his stick, or else he had a wide open net. You got to think Blind River's going to start getting some, or putting some of these chances in the net. As a shot quickly comes from the point from the Beavers, and it goes into the glove of Gustafson.
Well, to show French River a little love, 2-1 in their last 3 games, and they've outscored the opponents 9-4 in those contests. So they are trending in the right direction, but this, a big test for them here tonight.
Big test indeed. We'll have to see if they're able to ride that momentum that they've created for themselves with their last 2 victories. Play has been mostly in their zone as Bax carries it into the Blind River zone. Bax had himself a good game yesterday. And the puck is quickly up into the French River zone as Thompson brings it in for French River. That's Joshua Thompson. There's Chase Thompson on the Rapids. So the game of Rivers, the battle of Thompsons as well. Quickly through the neutral zone. That's Green. And Green gets a shot away and it's stopped by Gustafson.
And remember, this is a very young French River team. 11 different rookies coming onto the team this year. And we've reached the mid-period break.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And that's 11 rookies who are going to have to find some way to replace 3 of the top 10 point producers from French River's team last year. So I'll say it again, a lot of work cut out for the French River Rapids this season, who finished 4th in the East last year, 23-24-1, 47 points on the year. But again, trending in the right direction right now, although they are down 1-0 here to Blind River, who have taken the league by storm this season. Blind River coming off a year in which they finished 4th in the West at 25-17-6 with 56 points, and a goal differential of -8 when it was all said and done for Blind River.
Well, the French River Rapids, like you mentioned, going after their 2nd victory yesterday. They are looking to build on that moving forward. And the thankful thing for them, I know it's early, but games still matter all the same. But the thing for them is that with their 2nd win, they're currently in a playoff spot. And they're lucky that during their sputtering, Kirkland Lake never really pulled away with it. Because we've seen some major differences. I mean, there was a difference of 20 points between Kirkland Lake and the French River Rapids last year. Kirkland Lake was the 5th place team.
Yep.
But I mean, you see it quickly, and you see the gaps quickly in the NOJHL as the top teams are the top teams for a reason, and they just feed on the bottom dwelling teams. So French River really using some momentum to their favor and not really losing ground to Kirkland Lake. As the pass comes in right to the slot, and it just squirts through and away from harm. French River now with a little bit of urgency, but it's Blind River back on the attack. French River gets the puck out. It's Callow in the neutral zone. Callow to his defense partner. He's going to send it around, but instead he loses the handle on it, and Zimmer has to come in after it. Bouncing puck, Chase Thompson comes away with it, gets it out front. And that was LaRon who was coming in to help him, but they weren't able to get a shot away. Dupuis up the ice. Shot comes in, goes high off his stick, and out of play.
Well, Jesse Dupuis' goal earlier in the game is his 6th of the season, and that puts him atop the scoring leaderboard on the French River, on the Blind River Beavers team, breaking a tie with Evan Fracacro and Joshua Thompson, who shared that lead with 5 each coming into the game. The Blind River Beavers also have 3 guys who are already in double digits in points, led by Caleb Mins with 13, Dupuis now with 12, and Fracaro with 10 coming into this game.
Chase Thompson through the neutral zone. Gets the puck up, and they try to find Thompson. Thompson does get a second whack at it, and there's 2 quick shots for French River there with Burns, and Thompson had nobody between him and the goaltender, Inaki. He tries to send the puck up, and they just try to kick it in. so no icing to be called on that one. LaRon skates in, bumps into Burns, but he also takes out the net on the way through. I don't think there will be any call on that one, though, for goaltender interference.
Yeah, Blind River is also a team that really does spread around that offense. As we said, you got Mins with 13 points, Dupuis with 11, Fracaro with 10, and then you've got a couple more guys who have put the puck in the net at a pretty good pace to start the season. Noah Aboflin has 4 goals. Joshua Thompson has 4 goals. Michael Gallagher has 3. Nicholas Moore has 3. And you're up to about 14 guys who have scored at least 1 goal on this Blind River Beavers team.
Wow. Well, we talked about that with Kirkland Lake. Their issue was they're able to move the puck around and get a lot of scoring from different people. Just no one had until...
It's been like 1 each.
Yeah, it was 2 goals each. But, I mean, the scoring depth here with Blind River is just something else. And trivia fans, the Voodoos won the 2017 NOJHL championship. It was against these Blind River Beavers that they won the championship against in the finals on their way to a perfect 12-0 playoff. You will never see that again. That's impressive. Drijo out front. No shot coming from French Rivers. They have to regroup. Just sending it in deep. That's Dubuck who has to get after it. And Blind River comes away with it now instead. Fracco up ice. Naughton with him to Dupuis. Dupuis and Naughton getting tangled up. And Boucher comes away with the puck, tries to chip it up and out, but it's held at the blue line for Blind River. Naughton goes around the back of the net, chases after it, leaves it for Fracco. Fracaro now in his own zone. He's taken to the boards hard by McKay, and the puck bounces out, but Gustafson quickly gets a glove on it. Still 1-0 Blind River, but the shots are 14-4 in favor of Blind River as well.
Looking at Blind River's record, they are a perfect 4-0 as a home team, and they are the home team in this game, although it is on neutral ice, whereas on the other side, French River are 0-2 as a road team so far this season.
Well, we'll have to see how that plays into this one, because technically, as a shot comes in quickly from Attard, we'll have to see how that plays out, because technically, if you really want to split hairs, being a neutral site game, getting on the bus and going, French River has a road game under their belt with a victory, but they were considered the home team yesterday.
That's it, yeah.
Blind River, like, the only team that was really essentially a home team this weekend was Sudbury, right? So
yeah, but again, it comes down to the strategy of the game, right, and getting the last change. And being the team that, does get that last change and setting up your lineup a little bit more to get the matchups you prefer on the ice, and that can play a lot into it.
It can indeed, and we'll see if it does. Again, 1-0 early on an early goal by Dupuis. Offside warning for the French River, so they're not able to chase after the puck. Bax goes after it. Campanella now giving some pressure, finishes his hit. But he's well offside when the puck went back down, so they had to wait to regroup. Gallagher coming in. Tries to get the shot away, but it can't quite get close to the net. Brady picks it up. Seen a lot of him already in this game. He's been all over the ice. Sir trying to skate it through the neutral zone now. He had a good game against Espanola as well yesterday. Tries to get to the neutral zone, or to the slot, but there's just no support for him right now. Attard comes in, takes the shot. It was a heavy one. You could hear it as it hit the boards as it missed the net. Up and out, but not quite out, as Brady stops that one. Sir comes in to hit him. Backs, now skating up ice. Had some options, but his pass hits Green in the neutral zone. So they couldn't spring Naki.
Can't fault the French River Rapids for trying here in this first period. I mean, they're moving the puck well. They're getting it up the ice. A couple of miscues on passes just like that one. But then, even when they've been able to carry it into the zone, Blind River have done a really good job of blocking those shooting lanes.
Yep.
Evidenced by Charlie Burns only having to face 4 shots.
14-4 again, the shot total for Blind River. Demoulis tries to move it in. Moore goes after it. And we'll see French River pick it back up as they battle the puck, but it comes out to Abelflin. And it was Racine that was able to get the puck down the ice and try and get in for an opportunity. And now Racine going in and trying to just cause some havoc before some reinforcements, and Russell comes in. Abelflin coming away with the puck now, though, before he goes hard into the boards.
Pushed by his own player.
Yeah. Some mixed up wires on that one, I would say. Chase Thompson goes in for it, and Dupuis, the goal scorer, just tries to get it up and out, but they can't get it out as French River, again, lots of zone presence in this game. Just no shots to speak of.
Good recovery there. That could have been a dangerous play.
It could have.
By the rear guard. What's that?
Snyder,
yeah.
puck comes in quickly on Gustafson, and that's the other thing too. While the shots are 15-4 now, a lot of them are coming from the outside from Blind River. They are getting their chances in tight, but they've been missing on those.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most of the shots that have hit Gustafson have just come in from the point.
Yeah. I was going to mention about Charlie Burns. First time he's starting in back-to-back games, but after an 8-0 shutout yesterday over Kirkland Lake, might as well throw him back in there. Their number one guy,
DeSano.
fellow Sioux native, along with Burns. DeSano is 5-0 to start the season. So
oh my.
we mentioned this in the other games. Sometimes it takes having one stellar goaltender that could really make or break your season in the NOJHL. The other thing is you have a pretty decent tandem. I'd say right now Burns and DeSano make more for a pretty decent tandem.
Yep. Zimmer walks his way through the neutral zone, leaves it for Dupuis. Dupuis walking into the slot. He can't get a shot off. And now Snyder just gets the puck up, trying to get it up to spring his man. Arnold and Dubuc now collide in the neutral zone. And in comes McKay. McKay with an intent, tries to go through the legs. But Burns stands tall on that one. It was also a sharp angle shot.
Trying to make something happen, though.
Yep.
And that's what I've liked so far about French River's play. They're supporting each other really well. You're seeing some passes that aren't working, but there's an extra guy in the area to try to follow it up and keep the play alive and keep the pressure on the Blind River defense to stay in their zone and try to work hard to get the puck out.
Puck coming into Dupuis. I think that one was blocked, but then they get through the middle of the slot, and that's Naughton who's able to give Blind River the 2-0 lead with 1:55 left in the first.
And that was just a defensive breakdown, just as I was singing their praises. But French River, I mean, they left Naughton all alone on the other side, and I'm not sure who it was that was giving up that initial shot, but there was a couple times where very easily they should have been able to knock the puck off of his stick, and they just weren't able to come away with doing that.
Yep, for sure. And that's, like we talked about it too, they've been looking for that backdoor play all game long, Blind River, and they finally have. I said it earlier, they're going to convert on a couple of these as that took a weird bounce and almost came out in front with nobody in net as Gustafson came out to play it.
And that wouldn't have been fair. I mean, Blind River creates their own luck, but I mean, that would have been really milking it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you have to be good to have the record, but you also have to be lucky, to create some puck luck and stuff like that. And my goodness, was that ever some puck luck right there, but they didn't get it in the back of the net, that's for sure, as Attard corrals that. And now it comes up to Campanella. Campanella with the shot, and it goes high and wide.
I mean, when scoring has almost come easy for you through this stage of the season, you don't need bounces like that to go your way.
No, you don't. You really don't. It is unfair, really.
I think French River is playing a pretty good period here. I mean, aside from that second goal, actually, aside from both the goals, they've kept pace toe-to-toe with Blind River.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of neutral zone play, though, and they're winning some of those 50-50 battles.
I would say that the puck possession's almost 50-50.
Yeah.
Blind River might have a little bit of an edge, but it hasn't looked bad. Like, it hasn't been noticeable, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, it was the first play of the game that Blind River just used their blazing speed to go in on and score the first one. And then that second one, 2 guys left alone in front of the net. That got, 3 attempts at it?
Yeah.
And, you got to be a little more physical down low in those goal-scoring areas.
Yep.
If you want to knock Blind River off their game.
Peg comes in, takes the shot. It's kicked away by Gustafson. Boucher. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Boucher tried to move it around, but he couldn't quite get there. Bit of a up ice, or good chance now for Sir. He has another guy as French River comes in with the secondary chance, and they can't bury it. That was French River's best chance of the period, bar none. What a great opportunity. Sir with the initial shot, and then the rebound coming out into the slot with the wide open net and just fanning on it. You know that Racine's going to see that one in his sleep tonight. As the clock winds down here, shots on goal 17-8 in favor of Blind River, and it's also 2-0 on the scoreboard.
I'd say the only thing that you'd want to see a little bit more on from the French River side is a little more physicality. There are some times where the zone entry for Blind River was just a little bit too easy, but like I said, they're supporting each other really well. When one guy falters, whether he can't get the pass or he can't make the play, there's another guy in the area. So that was a lot of really hard, tough skating done by French River in the opening 20 minutes, creating a lot of chances for themselves. 8 shots on net. Doesn't seem like a lot compared to the 17 that Blind River had, but 8 shots against the number 1 team in the league right now. I think you'll take that coming out of the first period. You want to clean a little bit of that stuff up, but man, if they can get those plays going where we saw Sir set up Racine, I mean, he had a goal on his stick. He just had to redirect it a little bit better.
Yep.
I think this is going to turn into a fun game for French River.
Absolutely it will. But in order to see that, we have to make it through the first intermission and get to the second period. So when we come back, we'll have more, hopefully answers to that and more coming up on the front line.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Jerry McCrory Countryside Sports Complex here in Sudbury for the second period of our final game of the NOJHL Showcase. 2-0 lead for Blind River as they almost get a third one right there really quickly. They're a fast starting team, it seems like, as they scored their first goal within the first minute, and they're up 2-0 right now. Shots 18-8 in favor of the Beavers as well. French River a little bit on their heels early here. Zimmer goes after it. Sends the puck cross ice to Peg. Peg takes the shot, and it's up the stick and into the chest of Gustafson, and then he corrals the rebound. So with 48 seconds gone in the second, we get our first whistle.
We talked about the goal differential for the Blind River Beavers at the top of the game. Well, they're outscoring opponents just in their last two games, 10-0 now.
Oh my.
8-0 against Kirkland Lake in game one, and 2-0 here. Right, and overall, that goal differential is at plus 24 going into this contest.
Shot coming in from the slot goes wide. Yeah, no fair. I'm telling Mom.
Yeah.
Puck goes cross ice. Nobody really seemed to see that except for Attard, who takes the shot. And it's blocked by Gustafson. So 20 shots, so 18 saves for Gustafson. Sorry,
and
Matt.
I've always remembered this league being that way, where on either side, in the East and the West, there's maybe 2 or 3 teams that are just so much better than the other teams. Like that, it was more prevalent, I think, when I was covering the NOJHL primarily in the North Bay Junior A Trappers days. You know, just ahead of them hosting the Dudley Hewitt Cup.
Yep. And they were some good Trappers teams back then, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But as Powassan entered the league, it seems like the gap closed a little bit. There always wasn't just 1 or 2 teams that were running away with it. And we're seeing that now. Like, Blind River is, the talk of the town right now. But Hearst and Powassan and Timmins and Sudbury, they're all right there, too.
Yeah. The last year I can think, the last 2 years I can think of where a team really walked away with it was when Powassan won their championship in 2017. They went on like a ridiculous 30-some game as Green takes a shot and goes wide. Went on like a 30-some game winning streak. And then the
Did
next
they even lose double-digit games that year?
I don't think so. And then
they ended with like 9 losses.
Yeah, and then the next year they were almost the same. As a shot comes in from backs, it's up and it's in, but it's going to be a high stick and waved off, and that was pretty obvious it was a high stick.
Yeah, that's too bad. Matthew Campanella could have waited for it to fall down just a little bit more because the goaltender, Charlie Burns, had no idea where the puck was. But at that point, when you're down by 2 and you're just looking to get one in, you can't fault Campanella for trying to bat that one home. But had he just waited a little bit longer, had that one fallen on the ice, he would have been able to just tap that one in and put it over the goal line. And you hope for French River that that's not the only opportunity they get to try and cut the lead in half here.
No, that was a good opportunity for them for sure. Kalo takes the shot. It's in and out of the glove of Gustafson. Would have gone wide had he not touched it. Hit now done by A.J. Burke in the corner. Burke just throwing his weight around. Little ball of hate out there. The puck comes out front of Gustafson, but they can't get the shot away. Campanella trying to get it out. It looks like Blind Rivers tried to widen the gap a little bit with the speed. French River was playing a really fast game and keeping up to it in the first period, but not so much here to start the second. And then the next year, after the Voodoos won their championship, they, I think, had single digits losses again. So that wasn't, but they didn't win the championship that year.
They almost had identical records. In 2016-2017, Powassan went 46-7.
Wow.
95 points. Sioux Thunderbirds had 88 as the next closest. The next year, talk about league domination, 45-7 again, 94 points. Nobody else in the league had 80.
If you look at the 1920 season, The Voodoos were neck and neck with Timmins, but there was those two and then everyone else.
Yeah, they finished 45-9. So 3 times in a 4-year span, the Voodoos reached 90 points and had less than 10 losses in a season. Yeah, they've had a pretty good run so far in Powassan. They've been a little spoiled.
Yeah. So
Great work, Chris Dawson, and the coaching staffs that he's brought along the way. And shout out to Jim Bruce as well.
Scott Ray, Max Gavin, Mark Lafleur, as a quick shot comes in. Now Peter Goulet.
I was going to say he's got big shoes to fill, that's for sure.
Yeah. But, Scott Ray, the championship-winning coach. And again, they went 12-0 on that playoff run, which is absolutely insane. It's the playoffs. Come on. Went 12-0, and then the next year they were kind of in between coaches, and they got bounced out by the Timmins Rock in the East Finals, and then they never got the chance in the 2019-20 season to play because of COVID. And it was really a shame to see some of those players like Parker Bowman and Greg Trudeau-Paquette finish their junior careers on without being able to finish, and actually play a playoffs, because the NOJHL just canceled it right away.
Yeah.
Whereas the OHL kind of hemmed and hawed a little bit, and then the NHL hemmed and hawed, and the NHL eventually came back. But the Voodoos...
But I think, it was a decision that Robert Mazuka had to make as the commissioner of the league, and I think it was the right decision.
Oh, 100%.
And I think he has done everything in his power to make sure that this league has come back, I'd argue bigger and better than before. I mean, look at this tournament that's put on, and... there's certainly parity in the league, that's for sure. I was just going to say, look at the parity you're talking about, right? So, Blind River, yes, they have, 16 points, but they haven't really run away with it. Not yet, anyway.
No. I mean, it is still early, right? They could run away from it in another month, but, and that's another one that goes in that'll be waved off on the high stick as well. So it's 2-2 this period, but...
I don't know about that one. I'm trying to... Who hit it with the high stick?
It was either Etchier or Thompson who hit it with that one. If only we had instant replay.
I thought it was a blind River player that touched it. Anyway, there's what... Oh, and he makes a glove save there.
Burns is looking good for sure.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I didn't think that a second French River player touched that puck after it went in the air.
No, I'm with you. It was pretty close. As we get play back underway and the puck comes out to the neutral zone. And puck's back into the Blind River zone. Behind the net now, some action. Arnold comes away with it. And the puck comes out of the Blind River zone and into the French River zone. Green, for those at home, with the YouTube feed where you can go back and then come back to live, let us know.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was trying to do on my phone, but I kind of got a job to do, so it's a little bit tough to go back and really see if that was a high stick or not. So as they go down the ice again and it goes cross ice.
They just keep trying to put it in high on Charlie Burns.
You know what? They're like in the spirit of the Blue Jays starting their playoffs as the puck comes out front to Campanella. And what a save by Burns. And what a chance for Campanella, who had all the time in the world in the slot, Matt.
I feel like Campanella is going to score a goal tonight. He's been buzzing around that net quite a bit. He's had a couple of big opportunities. That was another one. You're right. He had a lot of time there set up in front of the net. But Burns did a good job to make himself look big there. He came out at the top of the blue paint, and he was able to stop him from getting any of the angles on that opportunity for Campanella.
Looks like we're going to get a quick timeout here. It'll be, didn't get to see which team did, but Gustafson's basically staying in his net, and so is Burns. It won't show up in the score sheet, but the phantom score says it's 2-2.
That's right. This is the first meeting of these two teams this season. And French River, Blind River technically had the better record last year. 1-0-1-0 was their record.
Wow.
In the two meetings, where French River went 1-1. So Blind River coming away with 3 points out of the out of that series.
That's still, you know what, for a team like French River who had never made the playoffs, whereas the Beavers have a history of excellence, it's still a pretty good year against the Beavers. Backs coming in for the draw right now against Naughton. They line up to take the face-off. Backs wins it back. Quick shot comes in, but it goes wide of the net. And the puck comes out to Pelegi. Pelegi takes the shot. It's tipped in front. And Burns had to be strong on that with his pad save. Backs with the puck back to Pelegi. Pelegi tries to shake a man. Tries to get it around. But now it's in deep, and Pelegi chases after it. His pass came out, and it was right on the tape of the Beavers. But then they're called offside as Rocha was ahead by just a hair.
This is what you love to see in these kinds of matchups, where the records are just so heavily slanted one way, where the stats are so heavily slanted one way, and yet it's a 2-0 victory, a 2-0 lead right now for Blind River. But French River, they understand the task that's ahead of them.
It is
what's the word I'm looking for? The assignment. They know their assignment, right?
Yep. Racine sends it in, and really in the NOJHL right now, this is a David versus Goliath game.
Yeah, but on the David side of the ice, I mean, they're making things happen.
They are.
And they're not acting like the moment is too big for them, although they do have that sense of urgency. Unlike the last game we saw where the Sudbury Cubs kind of took over in the first period against Powassan. Powassan never really had a response. Yeah, French River are down 2-0 right now, but they're not playing like this game is out of reach by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and I know that they're disallowed goals as the puck's going to go down the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing call. But I know that they're down by 2 goals, but they have technically, and they were disallowed, technically scored 2 goals this period. So Burns is beatable. It's not like some, monstrosity in net that you're terrified of, that all of a sudden, what are we going to do here?
Shot on net. That's another good save there by Gustafson, who has faced 24 shots.
And he's made 22. He's had himself a good game, and you know what? Again, when we look back at what the Cochrane Crunch game, where they won that game in a shootout against the Espanola Paper King, we saw Ouellette really put on a clinic in net. And Gustafson trying to do his part in this one as well for French River. His body's all over. Zimmer takes the puck. Gets it back to Brady at the blue line. Brady takes the shot. It goes wide. And might have a bit of a break here as Chase Thompson goes in, but the puck's just way out of his reach. And Brady's going to beat him to it. Thompson almost had a breakaway on that. That would have been something else for French River. Zimmer knocks it down the ice. Etche goes after it, and that'll be an icing call against the Beavers. So the offensive zone draw for French River.
And that's what I mean. The French River Raptors are forcing the Blind River Beavers to make those mistakes, and it seems like Blind River is almost feeling lucky to have control of the puck going up the ice. And man, this has been a good period so far for French River.
Yeah, they started a little slow, but they've got their legs under them now. Zimmer looking up ice. Sends it in and goes round. Mins comes in with it. And it'll be Laron that chased after it, but Blind River quickly turns it back around. Chase Thompson now with the puck. Gets it back to Boucher. Going cross ice to Thompson. Thompson carries it in. Looks to skate around the perimeter, tried to get a centering ice pass, but it went to nobody. Laurent sends it back in deep. And Thompson comes back for it. Thompson trying to go cross ice. It hits the skates of a Blind River guy before Thompson is hauled to the ice, and basically your best wrestling move possible. And now we have a penalty going against the Blind River Beavers. And if you didn't call a penalty there, well, I don't think you could call a penalty for the rest of the game on that one, Matt.
No doubt. So French River is going to get their first power play of this game. And this is a big opportunity for them.
Yeah, the Rapids looking to get a goal on the game, albeit their first legal one. Tried to kick that one in and then quickly taken away as Russell was chasing it, or trying to get the puck on that one.
So Blind River comes in with the 5th best penalty kill in the league, 86.8%, allowing 5 goals on 38 times shorthanded.
And that's not going to help out French River right now on the penalty kill as they ice the puck with 1:30 left on the man advantage. 10:39 left in the second period.
They come in with the 6th best power play, though, 15.2% on the power play, 5 for 33 in their 8 games.
Trying to chip it out. Goes to Joshua Thompson on Blind River, and he just sends it right back in. So Blind River getting some chances now to just kill off some time.
Yeah, you've got a Joshua Thompson on Blind River from Russell, Manitoba. Chase Thompson from North Bay on French River.
Actually, it's Stroke Creek, according to producer Ben Long.
That's it.
We get another icing call. Chase Thompson, a draft pick of the Peterborough Petes as well. Or sorry, that's Chase Lefebvre, I should say, not Chase Thompson. Chase Lefebvre is no longer part of this team, as I believe he committed to the Peterborough Petes this year. Shot comes in, wide open net for a shorthanded opportunity, and then it squirts through the crease. Gustafson had no idea where that puck was. And French River's fortunate to find themselves still only down 2-0.
Yeah, they better get moving on this power play. That's, they were given the 2-man advantage, haven't been able to do much with it, and then almost saw themselves down by 3 goals.
McKay tries to go cross ice. He can't get that one through, and now French River's off to the races. But Ganaki gets to it first. Gustafson went out to play the puck. He missed it as it goes all the way around. And now Ganaki picks it up. Ganaki tries to head fake by Gallagher. It almost works, but Gallagher's on him. 15 seconds left on the man advantage. And French River hasn't done much with it. They were playing better 5-on-5, it felt like.
Yeah, they really were.
Ganaki passes up to Thompson. Back to Ganaki. To Etche. Etche takes the shot, and what a save off the blocker. To Thompson.
Oh.
Thompson wanted the one-timer.
I think Janoki should have just taken the shot there.
He should have, as Thompson's taken down and held down on the ice. Comes out for Sir. Sir takes the shot. He hits backs in the back.
Oh.
And now French River's kind of turned it on a little bit. Arnold gets the puck out through the neutral zone. It's going to go the length of the ice. And that'll go for icing with 8:41 left on the clock. 25-18 shots on net for Blind River. So French River's kind of clawing their way back in the shots on goal total. And as we mentioned, and we're going to keep mentioning it, the 2 goals that were scored but weren't goals.
Well, they turned it on at the end of that power play, though. There are a couple of good chances in the slot. Janoki probably should have taken that shot. He tried to pass it to the right side. And there's a turnover.
What a chance. What an opportunity there for Racine. And he's been all over the ice in this one, too.
Yeah, he has.
Pelegi looks to go cross ice, but he runs into Dupuis.
He just missed an opportunity in the first period,
He
didn't
did,
he?
yes.
Yeah, bounced off.
Back to Racine now. Racine carries it over, but he's held up at the line. And now Peg nearly gave that one away in a danger zone. Doyle sends across ice. McDonald went after that one. And Racine goes and throws his body around.
McDonald might be the most common last name at this tournament. Between all the mix and the max.
Yes. It's also one of the most common fast food chains. The more you know. As the puck goes up through the neutral zone, down the ice, it's going to not have the legs for icing, as it was deemed, I believe, that they figured that Patton could probably get there in time, and he didn't. Now comes in Douglas on a 2-on-1. Douglas takes a shot. Gustafson with the kick save, and it goes out to Rocha, who buries on the rebound. And it's now a 3-0 game for the Blind River Beavers, as Rocha was able to pick up the secondary scoring chance on a big, juicy rebound by Gustafson, who made the initial save with the kick save on that one. And now we have a 3-0 game. 27-20 are the shots on goal right now for Blind River as well. Matt just has some fans showing him some of the video. I think they're looking at the one high stick right now in the attendance right now, so we'll get his thoughts on that as we're back underway. Russell comes in. And now that's Cam McDonald. Back to Snyder. Snyder takes the shot. And we're going to see the puck in the Rapids zone. Douglas out front. And it's going to be knocked down by Laurent.
Yeah, looking at the replay on the second non-goal call against French River, I don't know where high stick contact was made. So, unfortunate. Now we'll see if French River can overcome a 3-goal deficit.
Russell comes into the offensive zone, gets a shot on Burns. Burns makes the save, and then it weirdly finds his way back out front. And Burns was holding on to his post, almost as if he didn't know where he was going on that one. Douglas now, who caused that goal with the initial shot, comes out. Now we have a breakaway attempt. Here comes the Rapids. They take the shot. That was Drigo, and he can't get one to go. Now Thompson the other way. Gets it out front. And now it's all alone with Gustafson down in the butterfly. He's down, just holding his ground. And after 3 or 4 whacks at it, Blind River has started to pull away from this one with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, an unfortunate turn of events here in the latter half of the second period. That's what you were almost worried about if you're French River, spending so much time in the offensive zone but not being able to make anything out of it. 2 goals that got called back against you. And you're wondering, what else do we have to do? You get the power play, can't generate any offense on it. You get a couple of breakaways. The goaltender stops you in his tracks. And all of a sudden, you're down by an even bigger margin. It's 4-0. Just a really unfortunate turn of events if you're the French River Rapids.
Well, baby, maybe you'll be the one to save me, as that looks like Gallagher with the goal for Blind River. Okay, I'm done. It's been a long 2 days, Matt. McKay quickly up ice. Janoki, he's knocked down. And McKay tries to just backhand that one. Burns knocks that one aside. And the puck comes out to the half wall. Janoki loses the handle on that, and now Blind River goes the other way. Quickly coming in with a shot. That was Gallagher again, the goal scorer. Just putting his glove on that one. And that'll do it for our mid-period break.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Maybe there'll be a champagne supernova in the sky. Oasis jokes. Okay, anyways. 4-0 lead. Blind River Beavers. French River Rapids have nothing. 30-22 shots on goal, Matt.
Just trying to see who the latest goal scorers officially are. Yeah, so Gavin Rocha with his third at 12:34, and then basically a minute later, Michael Gallagher with his fourth, 13:56.
He's the long-lost Oasis brother.
And again, talk about spreading out the offense. There hasn't been one single player for Blind River that has either a goal or an assist on any of the 4 goals.
Wow. David versus Goliath, like we said.
11 different guys have points tonight. Between 4 goals and assists and secondary assists, 11 different players have a point tonight for Blind River.
Point night.
And for some of them, outside of Ryan Patton scoring his first goal of the season, for everybody else, it's been a couple of points. I mean, Caleb Minns got a secondary assist on the Ryan Patton goal. And that's his 12th assist of the season. Michael Gallagher's 4th goal of the season, with Joshua Thompson and Matthew Green assisting. Thompson's 3rd assist of the season. Green's 4th assist of the season. I mean, it's
There's
a reason this team has now scored 14 goals in their last 5 periods.
Yes, it is. They don't just look good with their jerseys, but they play good.
That's it.
As now Dupuis finds himself in the box, so French River with the man advantage. As Etier holds up behind his net. Goes to play the puck up, leaves it for Thompson. Thompson goes back to backs, back to Thompson. Thompson can't get it over the blue line as he loses it to Zimmer. And Thompson versus Thompson. In the case of Thompson v. Thompson. Joshua Thompson came away with the puck on that one. And now it's French River sets up in the zone. Back to Chase Thompson. He goes to walk it through. He takes a shot, but Joshua Thompson blocks it. And then we got a makeshift 2-on-1 here. Thompson comes in, takes the shot. Gustafson holds that one down as it was in and out of his glove. Able to stop that one on the 2-on-1 opportunity for the Blind River Beavers.
That's a big save for Gustafson to make, as looks like he's been fighting the puck in the last little bit.
And we got
looking a little shaky, but now Zimmer and Bax are being led to the benches by the officials.
I don't like you, you don't like me. You share the name with one of the worst Blue Jays of all time. That's what I'd be saying. I mean, Bradley Zimmer's great defensively, though, right? So, I mean, he's going to hear this and find me. He's going to be like, you're not allowed to be a Jays fan anymore. I'll be like, that's fine. Go back to Cleveland.
Twice.
He came to the Jays this year twice.
That's right.
It's so silly.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Anyways, good defensive stick there by Gallagher. He's able to knock that one down and basically kill off some more time on this as, oh, my goodness, French River nearly gave it away to him behind their net as well. I don't know how that happened. It's A.J. Burke up the ice.
Oh,
that's Snyder that tried to kick it in.
Yeah, it's a nice play at the line, just didn't work.
No, Snyder turning it around. He overskates the puck, gives it to Burke, and right there on them is Fricaro.
Yeah, French River's a little frustrated now. They thought they were going to be putting at least one puck in the net a couple times in this game. I don't think about halfway through this period they thought they were going to be down by 4.
Yeah. Campanella missed it on that, and it just came out right in front of Burns. And now Russell kind of had all the time in the world to make a pass. And now it's out to Snyder at the point. Goes back around, and Blind River's going to pick that one up, but it's going to go to Gallagher as they get that's the end of the 5-on-4, and now it's 5-on-5. And now Dupuis comes out and walks into the middle of the ice, takes a shot that kind of stunned Gustafson, and then the rebound opportunity to make it 5-0.
Tough break.
Dupuis picked up his own rebound and was able to put it back in the net.
Yeah.
As it kind of stunned him a little bit on that first shot. 2:52, 5-0. Blind River leads. Shots 33-22.
Second goal of the game for Jesse Dupuis. And you're right, that was his own rebound. He shot that from basically the half boards and then went all the way down to the side of the net and picked up his own rebound and put it in. And yeah, Gustafson, his night is done.
We're going to see a different goalie in net now.
Looks like Caleb Papineau. Right?
74, yep.
Yeah, Caleb Papineau.
The Cochrane, Ontario native. Played last year with the U16 North Bay Trappers. He was a billet of Voodoo's general manager, Chris Dawson. Just getting your Caleb Papineau trivia out of the way. As we'll see how he fares. That was a very good U8 or U16 Trappers team he played for last year.
They went to the OHL Cup, had a good showing.
Yeah. For Caro, we talked about the NOHA or OHL Cup today with the NOHA guys, Jacob Brown, talking about how it's almost a year-long process to put that team together. And they come in and give them all the time in the world in front of Papineau, and somehow he got a pad on that.
Oh, look out.
As now McDonald's trying to skate in after the fortuitous bounce.
Like a paintball game out here with guys taking pucks off the
No, that's the Espanola game.
Yeah, taking pucks off the helmet. Just firing the rubber at them.
Yeah. I would rather get hit with a paintball than a frozen hockey puck, to be fair.
Yeah.
Rocha trying to get the puck into the French River zone. Thompson knocks it down with a glove and gets it going the other way. Thompson keeps it in, and with will and determination, he cuts through and gets the puck out front, and it fluttered through. And now Thompson again picks it back up. He's had a really good game, I think, Chase Thompson.
Yeah, he has. He's had a good couple of games here.
Yeah. As he gives the puck away on that one, though. And Abelflin comes out with it. Douglas tries to skate through. He's taken down. No penalty on that one. As now we get French River Russell blowing a tire. And then Burke throws all of his weight into a hit and comes away with the puck in the neutral zone. Burke goes cross ice to Laurent. And that's going to be Patton who picks it up. On their roster sheet, they have 2 number 7s, but it's Patton who's playing. Just trying to keep us on our toes, Matt.
Yeah.
40 seconds here left in the second period. Douglas with the shot, it misses the net. Trying to go for the wraparound attempt, but Abelflan couldn't get it to go. Boucher now behind his own net. Looks to get to Thompson. Thompson looks up ice. Tries to get Pelleggi, or Russell rather. And now Blind River once again has bodies and gets the puck down the ice. Mins tried to get it out front. French River got a hold of that one, and now quickly to end the period, we have DeBuck, takes the shot, it's saved by Burns.
Man.
And that's gonna do it here in this period. A 5-0 lead for Blind River, shots on goal 35-23. But really, we saw French River, although, again, illegal goals, or deemed illegal goals, put 2 in the net. It would have tied the game at 2, but instead we're here with a 5-0 game, Matt.
Yeah, you know what? The first 10 minutes of that period was all French River. They just didn't have the gas to keep up with it. Again, couple of goals called back against them. They have opportunities on power plays, on breakaways, can't convert, and then a couple of tough look plays the other way that result in goals for Blind River. I mean, you don't need to give this team much to put in the back of the net, and they've taken every inch that they've been given, and they've converted on it. So you're seeing a reason why Blind River is CHL ranked right now. And they have a 5-0 lead. They have outscored their opponents 15-0 over the last 5 periods of play.
Well, we'll see if that trend continues or if French River can come out as the little engine that could in the third period when we return on the front line.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
And those players to watch on the Blind River side, Caleb Mins, who has 1 assist on the evening, to have 12 overall on the year. He's been a big part of the offense all season, and he continues that into this game. On the French River side, looking at Josh McKay, who's had a couple of really good chances, has had a number of other French River players that just haven't been able to convert, and those are the players to watch to wrap it up here at the 2022 NOJHL Showcase. 20 more minutes to go, unless French River really make a game out of it here.
Shot comes into Papineau, and he just stops that one and gets a stoppage in play. Caleb Papineau coming in for relief of Ben Gustafson, who allowed 5 goals through the first period and a bit. I would say through the first 40 minutes of the game, really. He looked good, just Blind River was that much better. Puck back out to Peg, who knocks that one in, and Papineau gloves that one down.
Yeah, I think 3 of the 5 goals came on secondary chance rebounds. Actually, third or even fourth rebounds. I mean, what else can you ask of your netminder when he's making multiple stops and your defense just can't clear it out of the way?
Exactly. Puck goes around the French River zone. Coming out to play, that was Russell, who just sends it right back to where it came.
And remember, French River came into this game winning their last 2, and that's their first 2 wins of the season at 2-6 coming into this contest.
And they really haven't looked bad.
No.
Even in this one, it's just Blind River's just that much better. And they're able to kind of, just
capitalize on every mistake. That's the difference between the teams that are in the upper echelon of this league. That's what separates them, is when the other team makes a mistake, they capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. As we got some puck battle now for Caro. Looking for it. He's knocked down. Douglas, or Demoulas, I should say, gets the puck out, but instead French River gets possession of it, and they just get it out to the neutral zone and no further. Demoulas looking cross ice, and the puck's going to go down on Papineau. And so far, through almost the first 2 minutes of this third period, it's been all Blind River to start this one, Matt.
I think if you're head coach Paul Frastaglio for the French River Rapids, you're coming out saying, let's win this period. Take what we did in the first 10 minutes of the second, and let's see it's expanded over a full period. And, let's not give the Blind River Beavers a completely clean sheet through this tournament. I mean, let's put a couple of marks on the other side. I mean, 8-0 against Kirkland Lake yesterday, 5-0 tonight.
Yep. Really, they did you a favor by beating Kirkland Lake yesterday, as that was well offside.
Yeah.
But really, they did you a favor by beating KL yesterday. That was DeBuck who went offside. And you were able to beat Espanola, because both teams had 1 win at that point.
That's right.
And now you have to take business here today, but yes, Blind River did you a favor yesterday, but they're not your friends. They're not here to just lay over and play dead for you, right? So, and to be fair, like we said, first half of this game, French River looked like they might be able to steal a point. And they just, ever since that third goal went in, they kind of looked a little deflated. Papineau out to play the puck. Ganoki sends it one around to Etche. Etche back to Janoki. And he sends it up, but they can't get it past Brady at the blue line. Etche, he's behind Papineau's net. Looking for some options. Decide to go with Ganoki. And going up ice. And they send that one down into the far end, and a quick shot comes through. Burns stops that one. And he's the one on the shutout streak right now. Puck comes back in. Another attempt from the blue line, and another attempt as well. That's 3 shots from the blue line for Etche. And now it's an offside as Blind River regroups with the puck. Brady is going to carry that one in, slaps it in on Papineau. Doyle picks it up. And he sends it across ice for Ganoki. Ganoki sends it in. Burns knocks that one aside. Shots 40-25 in favor of the Beavers. Battle of the Rivers. We have Battle of the Lakes, now we have Battle of the Rivers, as Thomas
right.
Mercier told us. And the puck goes down the ice. And it's going to go not for icing, as Joshua Thompson of Blind River was able to beat that one out. And now Bax tries to get some possession of it in his own zone and get it up and out. But Green was able to keep it in momentarily, but Sir came out and got it. Sir trying to get around Patton. And he can. He was held up a little bit. No call coming on that one. Puck out to Gallagher. And now French River has it again. Boucher picking up the puck in his zone. Goes cross ice to his D partner. And they're going to give it to Sir. Sir through the neutral zone. Well offside, but he didn't realize as his back was to Campanella, who was offside as he carried that one in. 15:31 left in this third period of the final game at the NOJHL Showcase, Matt.
Just a little bit out of sync here through the opening 4:29 of this period. And yeah, that's a couple of times that French River have carried the puck in. They've been given the room and the space, but they just haven't been able to be in sync as they move through the neutral zone. There's another one that's a delayed offside, but they got the puck back out. Just a little anxious.
Absolutely. Baracco gives it off to Gallagher, or rather that's Naughton, who gets a second of the game. And now it's a 6-0 lead for the Blind River Beavers on some nice passing once they got into the French River zone, Matt.
Yeah, so Naughton, I guess he didn't get credited for his other goal because he's not on the score sheet, even though it should have been.
Weird.
Yeah, so that's a goal, and that'll be the 5th different goal scorer of the night for the Blind River Beavers. On the score sheet, anyway.
Thompson had to wait up as Laurent was in the zone ahead of him as he overskated the puck. Thompson with a shot, and it comes in. Burns stops that one. Blind River coming in. Fricaro tries to send that in from a tight angle. Doesn't go into the net, of course. Peg now looks to take the shot. It goes high and wide off a body. And they're going to give it back to Etche. Etche behind the net. Carries it out. Gets it past the blue line. Gets it past the red line. And Laurent picks it up, tries to find Etche again, and Etche just whacks it in. So Etche essentially took it 200 feet with the help of Laurent, and then Blind River picks the puck back up.
That was a 1-on-4 into the zone.
It was. Blind River coming in with Dumoulis. He loses the handle on it. Ganoki takes it up, dumps it in.
Couple of excellent individual efforts on both sides of the ice on those last rushes.
Yeah. Both teams really did come to play, even though the score indicates 5-0. McKay throwing his body around. Sends the puck back in, delayed offside. So Blind River's going to regroup here. That was the Tard who sends it up.
Collision in the middle.
Abel Flynn has the puck. Sends it deep. Moore picking it up, and coming away with it will be AJ Burke, the little ball of hate for the French River Rapids. He just throws his body around with no regard.
There you go.
Right there, Brady.
Right on cue.
Yes, thank you, AJ. I appreciate it when you make us broadcasters look smart. 13-15 left in the third.
Yeah, he's had a good tournament.
Big hit. Leveled by Brady on Dubuck. And Brady looks a little bit hurt as he skates off the bench, which he's been on the ice a lot for Blind River in this one.
Right now, if you're the Blind River Beavers and head coach and general manager Kyle Brick, you're just saying, let's just get out of this game healthy now.
Yep. Kyle Brick's been around a long time with Blind River, and he's done a great job building up what that organization is over the last few years.
I think Blind River and French River are the only two where their head coach is also the general manager. Could be wrong, but
I think Kirkland Lake as well.
Yeah, okay.
Because, it was Kyle Smart or whichever.
That's right.
Doyle.
You don't see it too often at any level of hockey, really.
No.
It used to be commonplace, but...
Yeah. Well, why give the money to two people when you can give it to one, right? When it comes to a job. We've seen that with the North Bay Battalion where they split the job up now because they view, hey, if our general manager can be on the road scouting while we're playing a game, that's beneficial to the team. Back's trying to skate through the neutral zone. He's knocked down for Blind River. That's Dupuis. And the puck is quickly knocked back in by Etche. 11:47 left in the period. And Baxter tries to knock it back in. Shot on goal just went wide by Campanella. You mentioned you think he's going to score. He has looked good this entire 2-game stretch. Bax comes out to the half wall. Gives it back to Etche. Etche just dumps it back in. And Campanella picks it up. He tries to center it out. And it goes straight onto the stick of Joshua Thompson, who's taking the puck into the French River zone. And with the most improbable chances, is able to get a puck on net on Papineau as he was falling to the ice and get a shot away, but Papineau stopping that one.
That was a really good play by Thompson coming down, going one-on-one into the zone with Owen Etche. I mean, Etche, a couple of times looked like he was going to be able to get the puck away from him, wasn't able to do it, and Thompson was still able to get a good shot off that he had to force the goaltender to make a quick save on.
Yep.
And that just shows you the strength of this Blind River team. I mean, really, Etche probably could have taken one more step to really throw Thompson over, but he wasn't able to do it.
Naughton with a hard shot from the side of the net, and it goes out to Rocha in the neutral zone. Arnold picks it up, goes over to Rocha. Rocha with speed through the neutral zone. He's coming in, so overskates the puck a little bit, but regroups, turns around, tries to send it back to the point. And Arnold tries to send it in, and Rocha tries to corral the puck towards the net, but it gets to Fricaro. Fricaro to Rocha, who's been all over the ice lately on this shift. Leaving it up for Ganoki to try and tie up his man. Rocha goes cross ice, and that would have been an interesting opportunity there as they were trying to go back door. But they can't get the chance there as the puck comes in on Burns, and he had to be quick on that one as it bounced out in front of his net. I don't think he thought that one was coming.
No.
Peg.
That was a weird angle off that bounce.
It was very weird. A hometown bounce for the quote-unquote away team, maybe.
Yeah.
Arnold picks it up. Gives it back to Peg. Peg back up to Abelflam, who gets a stick on it. And it's going to go the length of the ice, so no icing, though, as he got the stick on it. Callow sends that one in before he takes a hit from McKay. And now it's Pelagi with the puck. Pelagi.
You know, I mentioned after the first period, I thought the one thing Blind River was going to need to do to get back into this game after going down 2-0 after the first 20 was be a little more physical. Well, they've certainly done that. Unfortunately, it hasn't resulted in any goals for them, and the deficit for them is expanded, but yeah, that was the one thing I thought was missing from their game in the first period, and they certainly turned that jet on a little bit over the last 40 minutes.
They have indeed, as DeBuck's fans on his pass out of the zone. And now he has to skate back around as he was able to corral the puck. French River having issues trying to get out of their zone.
Yeah.
And they finally get it down the neutral zone into the Blind River zone for Callow to go after. Going after it is Racine. He has possession now, and his pass goes off the stick of Snyder and all the way down into their zone.
Good hustle, though, from Snyder to make up for that mistake.
Yep. He had a goal in yesterday's game as well. The defender. Racine gets it back to Boucher. Boucher looks around behind the net. Tries to get it back to Snyder, who then tries to get it back to Boucher, but instead it's going to get to McDonald, who gives that one away promptly. That was Mins coming in. And now he lost the puck, but Patton picks it up. Now comes out in front of Papineau, and he had some issues trying to grab that one as it came out to cover that one up, but able to eventually get it. 7:53 left on the clock. Let's hear from our sponsor here at the mid-period break.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And once again, my last time explaining this, it's a player of the game. You get 1 player of the game from each team. It's not 3 stars in this tournament, or in this showcase. So we'll get a player of the game from Blind River after the game. We'll get a player of the game from French River after the game. And that'll be your Dave's Auto 3 stars. But we really mean 2 stars. But he still gives you 3 stars of service and more. So head on over to Dave's. That's my wonderful ad.
I think you saved that one.
Yep. You'll hear that one going into rotation next. Hi, I'm Courtney. Have you ever had issues with your car? Dave's Auto.
Have you ever had issues picking players of the game?
Yeah. Well, we're here to help you at the front line. Please join us. You can be our Patreon. We'd appreciate it. 7:30 left on the clock here in the third period. Green carries it in, takes the shot. Papineau with the save. Thompson was there for the rebound. How many times have we seen that where the Rapids will make a nice save and then they'll be right there on the doorstep for that rebound with a wide open net. Peg takes the shot. It's blocked in front. Then Green got it, or Gallagher got a good shot in on the rebound, but it goes wide.
Really good save there by Papineau. He knew that he had the defender coming down on his left side, so he had an opportunity to try and square out the shooter and did that perfectly, hoping that if it gets redirected to that other side, that his defender was going to be there to pick up the loose puck. The puck stayed alive in the zone, but it didn't end up in the back of the net. Really good job by Papineau there.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He was fun to watch last year with the U16 Trappers in the few games I got to call for them. The Cochrane, Ontario native is Sir now. Brings the puck down. He takes the shot, and it's just high and over the net and out of play. In this line, line of Sir and backs, Campanella, has probably been their most dangerous this game.
Mm-hmm.
And every time that we see Sir kind of get a burst of speed into the zone, he's always coming in on an angle because Blind River's just there to clog up the middle of the zone. And that's just some great defense by Blind River. A quick shot comes in and handcuff Burns a little bit as he had to shake his head after getting that one. Sorry, Matt.
Bax has 3 goals this season. Campanella has a pair. And Sir only has 1, but if they keep playing like this, those numbers are surely going to start creeping up. Yeah, hand pass.
Hand pass is the call, of course, but yes.
But Sir has had that lane open a couple of times tonight, and you're right, he's coming in on that angle because Blind River doesn't give that line room to move through the middle. But also a couple of those have come off of the fact that Blind River has turned the puck over at the French River blue line, and that's allowed them to just use that space and go in with speed. Charlie Burns has just been up to the test today. 27 shots they've hit him with, and he's made some key saves.
He really has. He's looked good. And again, he's riding a shutout streak of almost 54 minutes here. Or rather, he's already got the 60 minutes under his belt, I should say. And he's almost got another 100 or 60 under his belt as well. So, but in this game, he has just over 54 minutes of them on the shutout. So he's doing his part for sure for Blind River. And some of these shots have been tough shots coming in on him of those 27. So it's not like French River's just throwing it at him. Douglas with the shot, and then Moore tried to bat it in, trying to do his best Vlad Guerrero Jr. impression. Pelegi with the puck. And they're going to get it out to the neutral zone, and Callow will skate after it.
So now at 5:25 left, he's at 115 minutes of shutout hockey here in the showcase.
And that's impressive. Zimmer skates the puck through the neutral zone. He's just holding on to it,
my
but he
goodness.
eventually lost it. It was almost as if the puck was a magnet on his stick.
Yeah, they couldn't get it off him. And it still somehow ends up going towards the French River netminder, Papineau.
Ridiculous. That's a sign of a good team. You know, you're a great hockey team. You got the talent. You also get some puck luck, but you're able to make things happen in your favor like that. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
French River did everything possible and then between the red line and the blue line to stop him, and he still got through.
Yeah, I think there were 3 guys on him there. Another one when he cut to the left side of the zone, and then another defender as he moved toward the net.
Doyle chasing Peg, but Peg with a nice little fake out. Gets around a couple of guys now before he's hit. But he still gets the puck up to the neutral zone. Just a little bit ahead of Green's stick. Doyle hooked up a little bit. No call coming on that. And now the puck comes in, and Racine tries to get it out. Can't quite get it past the Blind River defender. And now Gallagher goes after the puck. Passes across ice before he gets the puck back. And they go up ice with Boucher. Green comes in with it now. Takes the shot. Papineau got it maybe off the knob of the stick the way that it reacted before it hit the guys. Arnold over to Peg. Peg takes the shot. It's blocked in front by his teammate Green, but he gets the puck in the corner. Now back to Peg at the blue line. Peg tries to look up front for Green again. Green turns to try and take a shot. Oh, they miss the net. And now Thompson with the puck. Tries to go in for it. Racine tries to get it out, but Arnold just holds it up before Thompson kind of gives him a bit of a nudge off of it. So they had to regroup a little bit, but Gallagher was able to go back in anyways. Janoki sends the puck in for Racine to go after, or Laurent rather. And now a bit of a battle on the far side half wall. 3:27 left here in the NOJHL showcase in Sudbury. And I'm sure we'll talk about it a bit more just before we wrap things up, but what a 2-day event this has been for sure. And it's ending with what started as a great game, but it's now 6-0 for Blind River and still has had its moments. Abelflam comes away with it before they're able to knock it into the neutral zone. Patton bats that one down, and Laurent takes a hit from Patton. Burns had to come out and play the puck. 45-27 are the shots on goal in favor of Blind River. For Caro, looking out for Rocha. Rocha overskated a little bit, but now he sends it down the length of the ice. No icing, of course, as he was past the red line. Fercaro goes after it before Larone gets a hold of it. Yet Fercaro comes away with it. Battle now on the near side wall. Back to the blue line from Patton. And Papineau got a piece of that, but a big rebound. But there was no black jerseys in the way for that rebound to be corralled into the net. Pelegi gives it to Bax. Bax looking up ice. Skates it through the neutral zone. Goes around Patton. Tries to get a handle on it. And Campanella takes a swipe at it, and it just goes up and over the glass with 2:02 remaining in the third period for a stoppage of play.
Well, that was a long sequence without a stoppage, and I felt like that was the kind of sequence that was favoring the French River Rapids in the early portion of the game, but right there, Blind River just all over the puck, not allowing French River to really even touch the thing, and just continuously generating chance after chance of just moving it into the French River zone.
Puck goes through the neutral zone. Burke gonna pick that one up, tries a head fake. Didn't lose the defender though, and he goes cross ice to Bax, or Snyder rather. Snyder takes the shot, hits Callow's skate and goes wide.
think the moral victories in this one are the fact that if you're French River, you didn't give up. You're skating with them still, giving up a little bit of more room in the third period, but they've only scored once in this third period.
They have, which is the least amount of goals you've given up in the period to Blind River, and with 1:11 left, that's going to result in an icing call for Blind River.
And they haven't done that a whole lot. They haven't iced the puck a whole lot. They haven't gone offside. They've played a pretty, when it comes down to fundamental hockey, they've done well in that regard.
Yeah.
Again, just unfortunate that a couple of times Blind River just showed why they're one of the better teams in the NOJHL to start this season. They're about to go 9-1 on the year. And again, in 9 of the 10 games, they've kept the opponents to 2 goals or less.
Last minute of play here at the NOJHL Showcase. The Hockey Gods giveth with a victory over Kirkland Lake, who you're chasing, and they taketh away the next day with a 6-0 score so far. Burns about to finish the showcase with 2 straight shutouts in 2 straight days. Snyder tried to get the shot. He couldn't get it away as Zimmer comes in quickly with some speed, looking for some options. Blocked in front by the Pelegi. And then the shot comes in. Papineau gloves that one down. 27.6 seconds on the clock. 6-0 Blind River leads. 47-27 are the shots as well for the Beavers.
Yeah, so there's only a handful of teams that are actually coming out of this showcase 2-0. Sudbury's one of them. Blind River will be another one.
I think that's it. Quick shots.
Oh,
that was a hard shot right there. That was Matthew Green who missed the net on that one. But you could hear it when it hit the glass. And I mean, when a puck hits the glass, it's a louder sound than the boards anyways. But there's a way that hit that glass where you're like,
that was a heavy shot.
Yeah.
That was a heavy shot.
I wouldn't have wanted to get.
He was trying to pick it top corner, glove side.
And I know that you're out there with all this equipment on as a goalie. I still wouldn't want to get in front of that.
Exactly.
Pelegi goes cross ice to Thompson. Thompson puts it through the neutral zone with 5 seconds left on the clock. And that'll about do it for here. The 2022-23 NOJHL Showcase is in the books. It's been an honor bringing it to you as a member of the Frontline broadcast. And we'll talk about that momentarily once they get the Players of the Game awards out. But this will do it for this one. 6-0 here from Sudbury. The Blind River Beavers lead or win in their quote-unquote home meeting with the French River Rapids.
So they are technically still undefeated as a home team, and French River have yet to win as a road team. And Blind River outscores their opponents 14-0 over the course of the last 2 days.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess that is your team to watch. 9-1 to start the season, and in every single win, the opponent has scored 2 goals or less.
The nice thing about this is we're fortunate enough to see some teams that we had yet to see, as it looks like Blind River's going off. I guess there is no player of the game, but if I had to pick, I'd pick Bax for French River. And I'd pick Dupuis, who had the game winner.
Yeah,
and 2
He
goals.
had 2 goals tonight. Yeah, that sounds good. That'll be our players of the game, I think. So Dupuis and Bax, and we thank Dave's Auto for sponsoring that segment for us.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
So yeah, just a few final thoughts before we wrap this up. It's been a bit of a heck of a time, and it's kind of fun to watch these teams that I haven't yet to see this year, and it kind of gives you an idea when we go back to Powassan of who should we watch out for, who should we be kind of worried about when they roll up to the Sportsplex, and I think the Blind River Beavers are definitely one of those teams. And there's been some really impressive hockey. I mean, we saw the Cochrane Crunches, kind of the underdogs today, win a game against the Espanola Paper Kings in the shootout on a great play by the goaltender Ouellette. That was wonderful to watch. As somebody who kind of started this whole thing with a podcast a couple of years ago just because I was bored during COVID and the North Bay Battalion weren't doing anything, and that's where we started it, to see it turn into us being invited to the NOJHL showcase to broadcast these games to you, to broadcasting for the Voodoos, to broadcasting for the battalion, to broadcasting for the U18 Trappers. It's really satisfying and gratifying, and I'm really appreciative. And thank you so much for joining us along the way with these 2 days. I can't say enough good things about Ben Long, our producer, Mike Brown, who's been our camera guy this whole time. Happy birthday yesterday, Mike. And Matt for trading off play-by-play in color with me all of these 2 days. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. It's just really, really fun to be a part of, and kind of mind-blowing that we started this thing just because we were bored, and here we are now being invited by the NOJHL.
Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. It's been a long 2 days, but it's been a fun 2 days. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in over the last 2 days, and thank you especially to the NOJHL and Robert Mazuka for inviting us out. It's been an absolute pleasure. And hey, if you are new to what we are doing, go ahead, like and subscribe. We're all over the social medias. Check us out on the podcast as we do talk NOJHL throughout the season as well. So for Courtney Kenny, Mike Brown, and Ben Long, I'm Matthew Sukram saying thanks so much for the last 2 days. Good night, and we'll talk soon.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.